it's one thing that you do that I find hilarious. You take shots at Chicago culture.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
And they kill me for it, but I think me and you have the same views on. Should we say Chicago or should we say Dirt? I mean, he is Chicago, but should we just point him out?
He like the head of the mountain that I feel like gotta go.
All right, we back with another episode. This nigga's hitting lights and stuff, but we is back with another episode 25. You know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe as usual. To the right, I got the bro Ja.
What's good with y'all?
To the far left, we got the youngin' Mac. He don't even got a mic, but y'all know he here.
I'm here. What's good? What's good?
We got Quay in the building with us as usual. To the other, well, I don't want to say other left, but to the left, Chris.
Yo.
And, you know, my introductions don't be the greatest, but I'm going to try. I'm really try, because this is an important man to the town. When I say Trenton Talks, you should already know who I'm talking about. But if you don't, I call him Mama Dude, but you feel me? His name is Mama Dude. I don't know. You got so many hats. Hooper. Man of the people, business owner. What else? Hey, tell me something. What else? I don't want to get nothing wrong.
Nah, bro, you said enough.
I said enough?
You said enough. Thank you,
okay.
My brother. Thank you for the flowers.
It's more. Hey, you deserve them.
Flowers,
You definitely
bro.
deserve them. It's definitely more. We're going to get into it. So, oh, yeah, before we start off, too, yo, I wanted to say R.I.P. to Coach Khalik. He was very instrumental in my basketball career, and he's a great friend to my family, and it's a tough loss for the city, and especially basketball. So I just wanted to send that out, light and love to the family.
Yeah.
Facts.
And,
definitely a legend.
Right.
Facts.
I feel like that was needed. So let's get into it, gang. We got somebody we've been trying to get since this shit was whole conceptualized. Like, so I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Lou, man, like the journey, Trenton Talks. Like, what made you even want to do like Trenton Talks? Like,
it's crazy because when I answer this question, sometimes I be changing the story up.
Hey, well, however you sound, however you gotta get it out.
Narratives, but honestly, the biggest one is the fact that it was needed. You know,
I definitely do feel like it was needed.
I had a time period in my life where my friends was venting to me very often. And I also was going through a certain time period where I could see so much talent in the city, and I didn't feel like nobody was giving it light enough. You feel me? I ain't see enough light outside of like the world star hip hop kind of a vibe of violence, and it was going viral for all this other stuff. So I wanted to like just create like a positive platform because I ain't see one. You know what I mean? Right. So and a business is always the answer to a problem. So I wanted to show that you can create something positive and it be media. Like I always wanted to create a positive world star hip hop where you just go and see people do good things. Like, you know, because we in an era where it's just so much negativity and violence.
For sure.
Yeah, I liked. I don't know if it was a series to it or whatever, but when you were going downtown. Speaking of people, you actually, one of the people you rode up on was my uncle. And I think he said something like, the black man is God or something like that. He
was talking that shit. That's my guy.
And I was I was just dying because that's
my guy.
That's how him and my dad, so many debates and stuff like that. Like, I heard that on a daily basis. Yeah. So that it was just funny that he was like, he ain't changed for the cameras and anything like that.
And those are the best interviews, though. The best interviews is just raw, uncut. People just saying how they feel,
authentic,
right?
Yeah. But I like you said, I definitely feel like it was needed, because like I feel like our city don't have no identity. Like,
that's true.
Like, I don't know, like if we Chicagoans, we from Philly, like I don't know where the hell, like we Trenton, but it seemed like we don't have no identity, and I felt like Trenton Talks was at least like showing. I don't know how far it got, but however far it got, but it was showing like, you know, Trenton is different. Like, we even different than other places in Jersey. I
Right.
feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we say bitch, and like you say that anywhere else, people get upset. Like, what
Yeah.
you calling me a bitch for? And it's like, nah, that's just how we talk. So yeah, I felt like that it was very much needed. You also do a lot for the community at such a young age, and I feel like that's key. Cause a lot of the people, I stood up when Tony Mack was being mayor, and I asked him like, "What are you going to bring to the city?" And I mean, we see what really happened. Like, took some basketball courts down. Poppies could play soccer. We got one court out Catwater, like stuff like that. What I felt like was like weird, but like growing up, bro, it was so much stuff we could do. Like, you had the Westward, the YMCA's, the what else? CYOs.
Right.
It was so much stuff you could do.
It was
And
like
I
House.
The festival every
yeah,
year.
it was like a festival, and I feel like we lost that, and I feel like you specifically in our age range was like shedding light on that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's very important. But forget how I feel. Like, what made you like say, I'm gonna stand up and take this charge on? Like,
I mean, you know, it started with like the Wilkinson tournaments.
okay,
When we was doing that, it was morely because we needed something to do.
something to do.
Because, you know, we was around 17 years old, hanging around at the park. We would play little tournaments and things of that sort. So when it came to a point where I was creating things for me and my friends. So
Okay.
that was the mentality. And once we became big enough to attract people from outside the park, you know, and eventually I seen what I was doing. I seen the gift that I had. So it's like I tried to expand it as much as possible, get as many other people involved as much as possible, to the point we had to move out of Wilkinson so we could get all the other kids to come, get everybody involved, get everybody. That's when you see me started going to Mercer, things of that sort. So my mentality on helping was because I'm here also, you know. Everything that I've done, I've also benefited from. I'm a part of the community, so that's really my I live here. I'm not. It's authentic. It's like we really was at Catwater Park.
Right.
You feel me? Those days. You feel me? So it's not like I'm just doing these things and I live outside of the town. No, I deal with the same thing everybody else deal with. So when I'm creating this culture of peace and bringing fruits to the environment, is because I'm also eating from these fruits. You know, and we all live here, so I have to do it. You feel me? Even when I move, I'm gonna still be doing things for the
Right.
community. So
I do see. I don't see you as one of the people that's like, I'm out. Like, forget it. Like, y'all on your own. But nah, like, I really want to stress to the people that are from the town that see this, or the people that's not. Like, you. Like, I don't know if anybody really tells you a lot, because, you know, we prideful, and we of the same age, so it's like, I don't want to big up, then, you know what I'm saying? But like, I've saw what you done. You know what I'm saying? We got a basketball history where we was rivals at first, so I'm naturally gonna talk junk to you. But like, I see, like Mama Lou does his thing for the community. That, like, when I grew up, we had Dr. Khalid Muhammad come here, and like a couple other important figures come here, and it's none of that. But you could look up every summer. Lou got something for the kids. Lou got something for our age. Like, I pop out to everyone that I could, at least, like every tournament.
that's a fact, though.
It's like,
y'all been there.
It's like, what we doing? Oh, now Lou got the tournament. Oh, we out there. It's laughs, it's jokes. You see people you ain't see in a minute.
Good vibe.
It's good hoops, because, you know, Jersey, we got, I'm gonna
Got
say
some
we got the
ballers.
best hoopers, but, you know, North Carolina, New York want to say they got the best, but I think it's Jersey. But, you know, yeah, I just want to stress how important I feel you are to our community.
For sure.
There's never no, like, and your tournaments have money involved.
Right.
For it to be money involved and nobody goes home hurt, like in the town, like, that's big, bro. Like, that's really big.
7 years, bro.
7 years. So
7 years. This should be year 8.
we having one this year, this summer.
For sure. The only reason I didn't go as big as I wanted to go last year, because I've been learning. I'm trying to build certain foundations behind what I'm doing, so I'm not just doing them aimlessly and not seeing it grow in the way it's supposed to grow, not having you feel me, business behind everything that I'm doing. So I'm trying to make the biggest one we ever seen this year. You know, I'm trying to. It should be big. It should be real big. You know, I'm talking. I can't. I'm not even gonna say
Can't
too
even
much.
explain it.
Don't
Yeah,
show your
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
I'll just say
it's
if you
gonna be
need
big.
our help, you got welcome to the group chat there. We'll sit there on the mic. I'll be the mouth of the South. I'll talk shit to people. You try it, I'll do. Hey, whatever.
Hey, you might could be a commentator.
Hey.
talk shit on the
Hey,
mic.
I love it.
That'd be
I
funny
love
as
it.
hell,
Talk
I
shit
did it
on
one
the
year at the
mic.
Boys and Girls Club, so I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm for the people as well, but in this format, like, you know what I'm saying? I've been always told I was a leader, but you're really like I know it's little kids that's like, I know you, Trent talks. Like, I know you gotta get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's inevitable. Like that, I feel like this logo and like Born Different, I feel like that's like our Batman logo. Like,
Damn,
you
bro.
see these everywhere, bro. Like, I done seen these everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
on old heads, young people I wouldn't even like, damn, you know Lou? Like you seen you walked in with Chris. I'm like, damn, you know Lou? Like, so you're definitely touching people like in different ways, like with merch and just, you know, the things you do. So if y'all don't really understand this episode, this is an episode where we giving flowers for sure, because this man right here definitely needs it.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know. So it's one thing that you do that I find hilarious. You take shots at Chicago culture
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
And they kill me for it, but I think me and you have the same views on, should we say Chicago or should we say Dirt? 'Cause, I mean, he is Chicago, but should we just
man.
point him out?
He like the head of the mountain that I feel like gotta go.
What's some of the shots you be taking? Because I probably just be missing them, or I don't even like notice. Like,
Gotta get on the
Word.
book,
I
man.
don't necessarily. I
Blue
kind of
book is funny.
separate my personal opinions from my platform. You don't see me say what I say, but the people that follow my personal pages,
okay.
they see that other side of me where
Okay.
that, you know what I mean, that very what's the word I could use to
Outspoken?
describe my views?
You're outspoken in a sense.
Yeah, outspoken. So some of the things
It's very against the norm.
yeah, bro. I mean, I go against whatever because it's
You go against the masses.
go against everything.
Definitely
Ain't nothing
does.
wrong with that.
You know, and I stand on it the whole time.
As you
So,
should.
my problem with Chicago culture is just the fact that it's the influence it's had on the world has just been very detrimental, and I just feel as if that it's taken our identity and it's taken so many lives behind it, and I can't even be so mad at Chicago because they was kids when they was our age when they blew up. They didn't know they was about to take over the world. So, but my shots is towards the people who, you know, just our mindset of idolization, you know, and I attack certain I attack certain people
Yeah.
just because it's like, yo, you worship that and it ain't really that what you think it is. That's another man that's just like you. You feel
Right.
me? So that's kind of.
And some people might take your own opinion, and you probably not even taking shots, but people might take it as shots. But you just speaking how you feel about, you know, they culture and they influence and stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, dare to be different. Like, everybody's scared to say it. You ain't
Yeah.
scared to say it. So
Everybody has a role, bro. Cause I like when you talk, and I see what you say. It's people under your comments like, right, yep. Talk to him, Luke. When I do it, it's like, nigga, what you preaching for? Oh, you must hate the hood, niggas. One of them took your girl. I'm like, nah.
Nah, it wasn't always like that though.
It
I
wasn't?
used to get
Okay.
the same thing. I still kind of get. I used to get
Yeah, I fell back
arguments
from the
under,
preaching. I'm
under
like,
my.
y'all can have it.
It got to a point. I mean, especially during COVID, I
That
was
shit was funny
attacked
as hell.
every day during COVID. I was fighting the masses I'm like, I'm going outside, and so I was being attacked. People were saying I was gonna kill my grandma if I go back outside and come inside. So I mean, I've always dealt with people arguing under my comments, but I just came to a point where it's like I gotta say what needs to be said, and then I also have to understand that I'm a public figure. So when I do, like, my sales drop when I say certain things. Like, I lose certain people. Like, you know, when I said Trump was better than Biden, I lost a lot of people behind that. But I said what I said. So it was like, I'm trying to balance the two.
And I got
like,
where you were coming from with that, because like a lot of people don't do the history of the things. You know what I'm saying? You being African, one, you guys are very smart, one, and then
Part of
y'all
Africa
study
you from?
a lot.
I'm Liberian.
Liberian.
Y'all study a lot, so it's like, and I come from a background where I know I'm African. Like I'm, I live here and all that, but my roots are African, so that's how I always carried myself. So, I try to be of the same vein, like, learning stuff, learn about my history, learn about my heritage, learning about certain things, and like everybody was so like Biden, because this nigga Trump was so terrible.
Yeah.
But it's like he wasn't terrible. He was just showing what white men are, like for real, not behind closed doors. It was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really fuck with y'all because one, y'all poor, and y'all not my skin complexion. And my family comes from these line of people who don't fuck with y'all. So I'm just letting y'all know what's up. But far as like the economy wise, and far as like certain laws and shit like that, like how could you root for Biden? Like how?
Yeah.
Like
It's
some
like
of your uncles and aunts are affected by that shit that he put in the order. Like, so it was weird. But like I definitely got where you were coming from. I don't vote. I'm gonna say it right
I
here.
don't vote either.
Like a lot
I
of
don't
people
vote
kill
either.
me for that.
They
Like,
attacked me for that as well.
Yeah,
So it's
I don't
like
vote. I
you
don't
saying all this and that, but you're not gonna go vote. I
Yeah.
just felt like my I didn't have the power that I thought I mean, we don't have the power as far as the presidential voting. I don't necessarily believe we have power, but I definitely want to support local voting more.
Yeah, local
Facts.
voting,
Get
for
getting
sure.
into local.
Politics and
um,
stuff, yeah.
So I'm not anti-voting, of course. I'm anti-presidential because I don't really know what's going on with that. But as far as locally, I definitely think we should get involved more and start asking these questions because there's millions of dollars being poured into the city and we have only the West Ward. So I've been going to certain events and asking questions like about certain things, and we might have an opportunity to change things. They just built the skating rink on where was that? It's around
Like Tyler Street?
Yeah,
Somewhere.
around East Trenton.
Yeah.
We used to have one back in the day. My dad said back in the day
Yeah.
we used to have a skating rink. He said we used to have a movie theater,
That was out south,
everything.
right?
Like I don't know where it was,
It was out
but
south.
for the kids that are younger than us, like even downtown looks totally different than what it used to when I was like 5. Like
Where
I remember strolling downtown, like it looks a little different to me. Like I don't know if anybody remembers how downtown used to look, but like
I don't
structural
really
wise,
remember.
it still looks the same. But like far as what businesses was down there and stuff like that, like it's not downtown like New York or nothing like that. But like it was downtown. It's not like Fiend City like how it is now. Like it wasn't that bad. Like you know what I'm saying? So it definitely has changed. Go ahead, Chris. I see you got something.
Question for you, bro. The city of Trenton, right? Small city. Different varieties of people, different things be going on. It's a certain light that we get put on that we're a very violent city, and we are. I see the merch. I love the merch. The merch is fire. Some of the things, some of these characters that you got on your merch, would you like to like shed light on like what these represent, the
word,
identities?
yeah. I actually wanna actually go into like comic strips down the line. That's the next route that we're trying to get into.
Okay.
So some of these characters you can see, you see the guy in the middle holding his hand up, that's like he's a peace advocate.
Mm-hmm.
The guy in the middle with the bandana, at first the bandana was all blood. So if you have a logo actually that has a bandana that's all blood, that I can tell that was pre-2020.
Okay.
Because I actually ran into some Crips. Funny story, and they wanted to support me, and I just thought it was a dope idea to split it up. So we got it split up. But he's
That's a dope
supposed to
idea.
be that guy. I'm trying to turn him into a character that represents anti-streets.
Right.
I want these to be our next Marvel characters. You feel me? And I want to develop their storylines. Of course, you see the archetypes of a lot of what black boys either want to end up being. You feel me? But you don't necessarily see the peace advocate as much. But I'm kind of pushing that aspect. You see basketball players, you in the streets, and
Right.
I don't have a musician or anything, but I just wanted to show a lot of the aspects of black culture and show what represent the culture, so to speak.
What's the future of Trenton in your eyes?
I was going to add, well, yeah. I was going, my question was
like,
kind of similar.
You know, you being like a representative of our city and a great one, and the Trenton Talks, like no one has never did this before. So it's just like, do you see how much impact you have on the city, and where do you actually see the city going forward? Because for a while now, it's been kind of stagnant. We know with the the streets and the violence, and then the just in general. I feel like a lot of people is like confined, like we in the box,
Right.
and people trying to get out, but it's just like sometimes it's too little, too late, and some people need that voice, that leader to be like, y'all don't have to deal with this, or y'all don't have to do this. Like, stand up for yourselves, or like represent something positive instead of running into corners of like violence, gangbanging, shooting, arguing, fighting. Like, it don't gotta be like that. So where do you see Trenton going forward in the next, I don't know, 10, 15 years? In your opinion.
Honestly, I have problems with farsight, and I try to see as far as I can, but I have problems with farsight because I deal with the next couple months or so that I can deal with. But my vision that I actually put in the mission statement was, to build a flourishing city that has a lot of entrepreneurs that's making money, we have a lot more athletes that's playing in the March Madness tournament. We have a lot more pros. We have booming businesses. We just have more of our generation becoming successful and figuring it out, because we have the business owners, we have the athletes. They just need the structure. The athletes need more access to train. We need to train our kids earlier, so we're going to have more kids going to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And a lot of people may not think that's a realistic game plan for a black kid, but I feel like a black community, we need to figure out how to get our kids in college and in the league. So I feel like that's one of my goals, get more kids going to school, that I can help. But we already, not to say we don't already have people doing that. Like, shout out to gym work training. Shout out to the Smith twins.
Shout out to the Smiths.
You feel me? And so we have people that's building these barriers around the culture right now. And we also have a lot of flourishing business owners that's slowly giving people game, and we sharing the game. It's just as far as the game goes, we have this mindset of information being hidden, whereas but you have to pay for information in the business game. So I think as we slowly get into the business mindset, either pay for the information or share it for free, I think we will have more flourishing business owners, and we need to also market ourselves out of Trenton. A lot of the clothing brands are at war with each other sometimes because their market is only Trenton. If we all had websites and email lists of Philadelphia to New York, there's people selling clothes to people in New Zealand. So we need to share the game and market ourselves better. So when we get all these people flourishing, I trust my generation to give back. I mean, I feel like our hearts is different. We're different from our parents. And that's natural biology, where the next cell is going to be much smarter than the last cell. So we are smarter, more advanced, adapting faster than our parents. So within our generation, let's say if 5 of us become millionaires, you feel me? Let's say 10 other people end up cracking 100K, and then we just keep breaking down those doors, and to the point I trust at least 6 of those people to end up coming back and giving back. So I think our parents' generation, they had a few people really break out, but they didn't necessarily have people come back as much as I think our generation will. Not to say they didn't have people come back. They had people come back, but I think our generation, when we break them doors down, is going to be something special, because I'm not the only person with this energy. I just, I can just say I got the platform to push out the energy. More people have this energy inside them to want to help. And we all going to be able to expound on that once the information and the resources is available.
And I think with our generation, like I'm 28, so like I'm gonna say like in the 21 to 30ish, I think we all like we saw gangs, we saw what that did. Not to pick on Chicago, but we seen what Chicago did to the
Right.
city. Not to say any other generation didn't see pain or didn't see like any, but I remember being in middle school watching people get jumped coming home from school and stuff like that. So I think our generation is more just on some like togetherness type thing, because like that's what this podcast, like we get in here, we joke, like essentially I made this podcast. I had the thought like, yo, me and my brothers are mad funny. I feel like people would vibe with us on the camera. Let's do it. But the other goal in my head was like, yo, if this thing pop, I could help my brother's kids if they have kids,
Right?
Because I got a kid. But if they don't, this could help them, like put some bread in their pocket. And I see like a lot of people are on that like buddy system thing, and I think that's what like Trenton needs for real. Like for the longest, you know, because we used to do music, so for the longest it used to be like I would see posts and stuff that would like make me feel depressed, because it's like, yo, you see somebody doing something good, they not running in your pockets, they not running upside your head, but it's like the first thing you want to do is tell them he corny, not like,
Right.
hey bro, keep going, because like nobody just wakes up and it's just nice on the mic. Nobody wakes up and handle is just like, some people are just gifted, like, but even them, they have to put in work to reach that level. So, you know, I would just be like, damn, like, why are we not like supportive of each other? Like that shit, like to me, really blows my mind. It's like this town is so small. Like we not New York, we not Philly, we not wherever. Like, you know, wherever the big markets are. So we would pop like if we all was behind. That's why I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get Brett. I'm trying to get what's homegirl, Pretty Tsunami. I'm trying to get everybody who's doing something. Just come on the pro. Like we got 134 subscribers. We don't have the million views, but this 134, you might not have tapped into them. They might not know you. So I just want to add on to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't do this podcast to take away from people or everybody look at me. I'm like you. Like, I want to see this city be something other than just like, hey, let's all get together and sit on the corner, or let's stand in front of the corner store, or like we don't even have the Cowwater. What was that gym we used to go to back in the day?
African
We
Day.
don't even have that. Like we don't even have that no more. Like
That the Heritage Festival downtown.
we don't even
have
like,
shit.
we don't have nothing. So it's like, I'm hopeful like you. Like I want to see this city be something bigger than what it is. So yeah, that's why we have this platform, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate your platform for sure. Because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, my dad has always been on the like black people, the love black people thing, you know what I'm saying? So I was corny for a while. Like it was corny for me to come out like, nah, I love black people. Like growing up, the African booty scratcher shit, I was never one of them. Like you can't even be on that around me.
That
like,
shit was like nigger.
yeah, like you can't even be on that. Like, that's not cool, bro. Like so, like I was corny for that.
But nah, when
But
black
I see you, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna let Lou fight the fight for me, and I'm gonna just be behind him. Like I can't lead every fight. You feel
what happened was Black Panther came out and everybody was pro black.
They
Yeah.
switch gears.
Damn.
Damn,
true.
yeah, that is just
I
fact.
done
seen-
seen so many dashikis.
It's dashikis
That
at the
shit
movie
fucked the world
theater,
up,
so it
bro.
was like everybody wanted cassava leaf. And it was like, imagine there's people that called me African booty scratcher that want
Now they
cassava
want
leaf.
some cassava leaf.
But
That's
I'm
funny as
pro
hell.
the culture, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it took time for people to come around. That's why it was good timing that I started 2018, because you feel me, that we was all pro black before 2018, you feel me? But it seemed like there was like a shift in the eras around that time, 2017, 2018, and people started to want to do better. People wanted to see
that
black
information.
people. You feel me? So it
Just
was,
in anything like astrology, like I just started seeing mad people
It
come
was-
out. The word works.
bro,
like,
it was a
what's your
shift.
sign? Oh, all right. When your birthday? Oh, all right.
And-
So you were. I'm like, oh,
And you could be
okay.
open with it now.
Yeah.
Like I was in the dark, like
Yeah.
saying what I was saying. But then once shit happened, it seemed people wanted to see good things, and that changed. And it's going up more and more. So I expect by, you feel me, 2024, 2025, I think the world's just black people
We
just keep
definitely waking
evolving.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say to my brother Ant, I say it's getting real black out this bitch.
It's
Black.
getting real black. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's getting
Put
real
it-
black
put-
out this
you better
bitch.
trademark that.
Yeah, we're gonna put that on the shirt. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna put that on the shirt. It's a
It's
couple
getting
ideas
real
we got to
black.
put on the shirt.
Yeah,
Hell
but
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the age of Aquarius.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
The age of knowing. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
Oh, my boy
Yeah,
know a little
he
bit.
be on
Yeah,
his
he
shit.
get
I
into
don't
it.
really, I don't really get into the astrology, John. You know what I'm saying? I let y'all have that.
Aquarius, Quay?
Nah,
oh,
it's yours.
Oh, you ain't gang for real. Okay.
So, the climate of the town now. How do you feel about it? Feel we getting good? You feel
We're-
stagnant?
Where do you want? I mean, where's the scale when you say the climate? Are
The
we
last
talking about
5
the
years,
streets?
Did we
Are
grow?
talking about business? We
I'm talking about.
Oh.
Mainly, I'm talking about streets because I don't really know too much about business wise, far as the town. But I'm talking about the streets because we occupy the streets.
Okay, I mean, I'm kind of in tune with some of these young guys, so I know a little bit of what's going on. From what I can analyze is, it seemed like we still have a culture of people inheriting war. So people at war because they peoples was at war.
Right.
You feel me? And the things with this younger generation, they don't have no big bro structure. So there's nobody to really tie flags or say,
It's us for real.
you feel me?
Yeah.
And they don't. So it's I don't know. It's hard to real scale, but I feel as if we have a couple rappers that's coming up and they kind of have the power. So I try to talk to them when I could, but some people mindsets like I was told that it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. So
Yeah.
as far as the streets, I'm kind of shifting my time and my effort from the people that's already in it and don't really want to change what they doing and going towards the younger people that they are influencing. So it's like we had a war for influencing people. So
how would you feel if somebody who's listening to this that's in the streets would feel like either you giving up on them, you turning your back on them,
Yeah,
or is it more so like, you know what, like it's going to take a village for me to like, because the streets it's a small city, but the streets is big.
I mean,
So it's like, you know, what do you think it'll take for at least for the numbers to go down as far as like the violence in the streets?
firstly, I don't never really want to give up on nobody, but I spent a lot of my time interviewing and talking to some of these guys. So it's like I don't want to necessarily make it seem like I'm giving up on them, but I just feel like the kids need me more than the 22, 23 year olds.
Because they the next one coming
You
up.
feel me? So it's like, but still, I still get certain calls. Middle of the night, might have to go get somebody from out the situation and things of the sort. So I'm still a little entangled. I'm safely entangled, but I got cousins and got family. You feel me? So,
Right.
but as far as, I think the best I can do is to find other ways for them to create money, because I can't really teach nobody nothing. I can get their mindset. I can teach them. I can try to share that wisdom as far as letting them know that this ain't it. You feel me? As far as like the cycle and the culture, and you feel me, that awareness is starting to come. And of course, every time they see Trent Talks, you're gonna see something positive. I'm gonna be getting in your ass about why is y'all killing each other. So they gonna see that regardless.
Yeah.
But other than that,
You can't make them drink water.
I gotta find where the water at.
Right.
I gotta be able to show them we can get money on real estate. I can't just say it.
Yeah.
So until I have more things behind me, like I'm not going to be able to get everybody here. So my goal is we got to get some money. My 2022 is about the bread, because that's how you going to be able to uplift black men. Because you can't get him out that situation that's feeding him. I can't. It's
That's how
young
he eat.
boys.
Yeah.
Young boys touching a lot of money out here. So I be talking to him, but what can I really say to make him stop doing that? I'd be like, hey, if you start a clothing brand website, you want to touch 100K, and I got to figure out the formula
Right.
in order
Right.
to communicate that to them. You
So
feel
I'm
me?
plan how to do it.
We have a culture, we have a revolutionary generation as that turned drugs into money. So we turned the crack epidemic into flourishing black people. Well, I wouldn't say flourishing in a way. Like they
The
touching
ones who
money.
was selling it, yeah.
They touching money. They just
Yeah.
don't know how to. You feel me?
Yeah. Work
So
it.
the goal is we gotta learn how to buy Bitcoin. Like we gotta get into stocks. If I learned options trading and became a pro at that, I could teach that to somebody. But I have to become a pro at it and to be able to tell you that I'm a pro at it. I did this on it.
Right.
You feel
yeah.
me? So these are the things that I'm putting myself through so we can learn other financial blueprints. I don't think they want to stand outside and have ops. And if a nigga can make $100K off a phone, he's not
Do it in
gonna
the
go
business.
outside.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's not gonna take the same and have to dodge cops. We just need to find other financial blueprints and prove they work. And I think a 16-year-old would listen to me a little more.
You think the school systems take a hit for that too?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the school system, it's a business. They don't want everybody to get rich. You feel me? Their goal is not for us to learn how to get all this money. I think the school system, I ain't learned much in school, but the question school. Like, the best thing I learned was questioning things. So once I started, I learned a lot of stuff just by, you feel me? I used to, that Google, man.
Yeah.
It was, everything was Google. I mean, school, the best thing I learned in school was really like the ability to read and write. Read, write, and create an argument and create an essay and create theses. That's the best thing I learned in school. And
Well,
I
other
could
than that,
teach
yeah.
that. Other than that, I think it's social intelligence that we learn in school. We learn a lot of social things in order to learn how to be figures of society amongst other people and not act weird. These are the things you learn in school. You get a lot of social intelligence. I don't think school is based off concrete wisdom preparing people for life. I think school is a place to make sure you're not going to act crazy and they don't got to send you to jail if you know how to be a conducive member
like
of
jail.
society.
A getaway.
Now you said something about finances that and Bitcoin and things like that I felt is leading me to this next point that I feel is hilarious. I feel like you single-handedly shut down Forex on Facebook. Not the company, but just the Forex people on Facebook.
And crazy thing is, I traded Forex in 2018. It was just these new Forex traders that I was against. I'm not against Forex. Forex is a market that people make money on. I have Forex apps on my phone. You know what I mean? Forex ain't no game. I'm against people selling people dreams. Especially if you're not teaching them the knowledge. You feel me? You just saying, hey, if you buy this class and you press this button, you're going to make some money. And realistically, you're not teaching people how to trade. You're selling them a strategy, and when the strategy don't work, they have to recruit people to make money.
Yeah.
But no one's learning how to trade within that. So I was just attacking the whole thing. I'm like, y'all full of shit. That was just how I felt. So I came at them, and a lot of them don't trade once the strategy fell apart. We don't see, there's a few people from those groups that still trade. So
Yeah, I don't even see it.
you don't really
I
see,
don't
but
see
there's
it.
a small percentile that actually learned how to trade and stopped relying on pressing this button if this indicator work. No, you got to actually learn how to trade, and we don't have enough of that. So we got to bring that as well. I've got to find some great traders and actually talk to them, bring them on platforms, and see how they actually make money. Because people make them. Let's not get it confused. I know people that was bringing in bank on Forex. You feel me?
Me
But
too.
I know people that they making money
too.
on there. You feel me? So, they know how to trade.
Right.
They're not in a membership ordeal in which they have to rely on this person telling them when to press this button. If that button happens, then and then what happens when that don't work? And now they sitting there like, hey, it didn't work. They said, well, you need to be more motivated. They're like, well, have you recruited anybody? I mean, you're not motivated.
Right. Being,
So-
being dependent.
I felt like it was a little bit off, like from the
It was
jump when it
off.
was like, yeah, when people start saying, I got this such and such people under me, and then you start
Yeah.
seeing the pictures, it was like 600 platinum. I'm like, what does this stuff mean? Like, if nobody could sit and tell me what these parties and all this stuff
Man.
that y'all doing means, I can't get with it.
And that's how you can tell we really in a place where people need money. Like, you feel me? I've never been so pro money. I tell y'all, like, when I started this platform, it was just pro, you feel me, do what I got. All I needed was my camera and a car that had gas and a job that paid me at least 15, 14, and I was active. I didn't care I was in school. But I've never been so pro wealth for the community because there's no other answer to problems. You can't. No longer we trying to be. You can't be broke and woke. Like people not listening to that. You feel me? So I'm big pro money, and that Forex was another example where you could sell our community a dream real fast. Like I could sell. You could sell anybody a dream in our community because they at a job they don't like. You feel me? They don't have no other financial blueprints built. So you could just tell, man, we need to figure out how to get wealth, and people need to share that information. You feel me?
It's crazy that you say that, broke and woke. I feel like that's deep. Like you can't
be broke.
It's crazy.
And woke,
like you won't go listen to the old wino on the corner. You won't go listen to him, but you gonna listen to me because I'm iced up. But he might really know something. Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy that we only gonna listen to a money sign. So now that you've become this figure in the community, and you preach like about like uplifting, I see you into astrology a lot. I know the women be in astrology. You know, we talk about women a lot on this pod.
Facts.
Do they in them DMs now because they want to know?
Is it
Tell me my
accurate, bro?
sun
Is it
moon.
real?
Tell me,
The astrology.
like-
I'm
How
gonna answer
accurate
is
is it,
astrology accurate. I ain't answering this the girls in my DMs.
Oh, you don't want it? Oh, what you got, girl?
Nah, I don't got no girls.
Oh,
but
so what's up?
I ain't.
Is they on Lou?
What you mean?
Is they on you? Cause you feel me? You know, girls like to be attached to the it man. You one of them.
Man, look. It ain't all this is drawn out to be, man.
You staying away from it. You just focus.
I mean, I dabble a bit.
Okay.
I dabble a bit, but honestly, like, I'm a very spiritual person, so certain people just don't get into my path. Like, we might have a thing for each other, and we just might not be able to mingle because I got a certain path of alignment. Like,
That's
you feel me?
strong.
So,
I need to get there. I'm
like-
spiritual too. I don't pray to a certain deity. I don't
Me
have
neither.
but I'm spiritual.
right. It's
like,
connecting
yeah.
to your spirit, and
Yeah.
it's closely connecting to God.
And
you feel me?
I got it, like-
under that assumption.
Every time I have like a little, like when I sat with myself, that's how I know God is real. Whether it's a he, she, whatever you want to call the person. I know he's real or she's real because when I sit with myself and say, you know what, I'm not messing with no joints. One comes,
Word up.
and then I'll fall into the trap, and then it don't work, and I'll just sit back. I'll be in my room. I'll be like, that was a test, wasn't it? And I failed that one.
Right.
I told myself I wasn't going to do it, and I did.
So the joints in the
So I know
DMs,
it's
falling
real.
through DMs, that should be traps. That should be lessons and
Yeah.
learning. So I don't necessarily look at that shit like. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I be in DMs sometimes,
We all
but that
do.
shit's like it's just almost like natural for a guy to see a pretty girl and glorify her. I
Yeah,
think
wanna
it's.
talk,
I
yeah.
think girls take that to the head sometimes. Like
A lot of times.
they take that to the head. So
I think we have some of the most beautifulest women in Trenton,
right.
but up here, it's just like I think they know better, but just don't want to like. You don't want to stick out like the sore thumb. Like you don't want to be the one who's on other stuff. Like the you know they got the new challenge out where everybody making they butt clap. And I said on Facebook, and it's crazy how like when you like uplifting people, and when you like when I post this should get like 2 shares, but when I said this, I'm like yeah, all that ass clapping on the net is cool, but I couldn't be with no John that's doing that. I'm talking 60 share. I'm like, damn, I don't never get this attention, but it was like
They like we not clapping for y'all. We
It was
clapping
that.
our ass
it was that
because
and
we
it was
like
the
to clap
dudes
our
like-
ass.
The dudes like the dudes is like, yeah, I ain't on that. But
Facts.
it was definitely a lot of women saying, we ain't doing this for you and da-da-da.
Right.
But I'm just like, yo, you gotta see how that is like men do have to have self-control, but at the same time, you definitely have to see how you're like marketing yourself. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And I think you definitely gotta have some type of a sexual discipline in this era, because just scrolling through social media, you're gonna see
It's there.
a lot of ass all the time.
there.
You're gonna see like that's their way of getting attention. Like, you feel me? A girl, that's all they gotta do. We can fall into the trap so easily just by scrolling through social media and swiping up. You feel me? So you gotta like. I think we not as men. I think that's the first thing about middle school, high school. You should start teaching men sexual discipline.
Yeah, I'm
You feel
definitely
me?
going to teach
I
my
agree with
son.
that.
Yeah,
That's another
that'd be
conversation.
a fire class.
I was wild
Like, subject.
in middle school and high
Right.
school.
Yeah.
And then like I already kind of grew up, but I ain't
Yeah.
gonna get it too much. But I want to get back to the astrology
Yeah,
question.
get back
Is
to
it
it.
accurate as well? Because
Yeah.
this is something I actually want to answer. So I was a big person to a point where I'm like, that shit don't work. That shit. I'm just like I'm a male. So it's like when the females brought it up to me as well, it's like they was telling me my traits. You feel me? It wasn't 100% accurate to me. So later down the line, I met certain people that explained it better and better and better to the point I started meeting astrologers. Like, you feel me? So we gotta understand that gotta understand that they're not teaching us the things that's embedded within our culture. There's pyramids aligned with stars, and we don't know how it happened. We don't know, but we know that anybody that has a birthday is based upon astrology. So we know we have the calendar upon astrology. So it's some secret truth to it that isn't really being told by the Caucasians right now. Not to call them Caucasians, but
I mean, that's what they are.
it's truth to it. And the more research you do, you find that people like J.P. Morgan has quotes like, billionaires have astrologers, not millionaires. And this is a quote you can look up for him. So when I got into the aspects of doing more research on astrology, and I ran into black astrologers, this old head told me he was gonna get some money one day, and randomly I'm on the road, and this random guy started screaming. He's like, I got a play for you. But I ain't gonna go too in detail. But I made some money. A random guy. So I ran into a lot of accurate predictions. Like I was told I was gonna create a platform. I was told, but these things are not written in stone. It's potential destinies that you can tap into. You feel me? I believe in the concept of your higher self. You feel me? So when it comes to the accuracy of it, 100%, because I've been told about the things that I'm doing now. I've been told years ago, and I have readings that I still listen to from 2017. And I also came into the art of also being able to read the charts. So when it comes to astrology and the actual science behind it, this is a course. I paid for a course actually from the old head that read me. I took his course.
Oh shit.
I actually been read by a lot of black astrologers. It's a whole game. You feel me? You probably will run into people within this culture because I know like your pops brought you up. So it's people like him that know how to break it down.
Yeah.
You feel me? To a point where it's not, oh, you like that. I think astrology got sexualized to a point where women look at it like, oh, I had a Libra. A Libra ain't that. So
yeah, that's what it is.
It's been a lot of misinformation because it's been very sexualized. Like, everything is a lot of misinformed. But actually, astrology is the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, we know that today just started Aries season. So for instance, when all the Aries right now, they feel like they got some type of energy that everybody else don't have. When people birthday coming up, they feel like they got some type of wave because we are now moving towards the signs of that season. So it's like if it's raining outside, you're going to go get an umbrella. So, and during Aries season, this is the start of spring. We supposed to spring forward to new ideas in the way of our Aries brothers like to act towards action. They're towards, so when we get more into astrology, we understand that this is how you plant seeds. You feel me? So when it comes to planting seeds, I've been doing it and I've been testing it out to a point where I believe in it 100%. So it's like I'm willing to be ridiculed by people who laugh, but I've seen fruits grow from this. So
Right.
it's like,
It's definitely real. The
It's how I
Dogon
move.
people, I don't know where they're from. Someplace in Africa, maybe Kemet. Maybe I'm not sure. They from Kemet. The Dogon
I
people.
believe it's
but
somewhere. I
they
could be
were
wrong, though.
astrologers.
they were
Yeah.
astrologers.
So
And these people had calendars, you feel me? So we, under the influence that our culture is the smartest ever, and we still getting shit from shit they had. Like, we still using the calendars that was created thousands of years ago.
We
Like,
late to the party.
you feel me? We late to a lot of this. Why is the pyramids aligned with stars? Like, how did they know about, how did they be able to do that? People was in tune with each other. They was in tune with themselves, in tune with nature. So
Yeah.
Right.
I think astrology is one of those ways. And like we said, people are getting back woke and we're gonna run into more people able to explain it, and it's not just ridicule. Oh, you just that sign. Nah, it's bigger than that.
You know what I think
You
it
feel
is
me?
too? I think it's a misconception where it's just like I could be like an Aquarius or like any other zodiac sign, and I think it's blurred from me being an Aquarius versus I'm a mixture of my mother and my father.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think because I know some Aquarius, and we like total
Totally different.
opposites.
And it's really because you're not just we are every sign. So when you break it down, like I can manipulate the way I act, and you won't know what sign I am.
Right.
You feel me? And when people are in tune with if you know your natal chart, you'll know what's based. It's like the Avatar, right? That's how I usually break it down to people. When you watch the Avatar, you see them mastering the elements. You see the fire, wind, earth, air, water. So you basically see the elements, and that's basically what astrology is teaching us, how to utilize the elements. So we notice that our air sign brothers are more intellectual. Our water sign brothers are very in tune with their emotions. Our fire sign brothers are very inspirational and out there. You feel me? And what's the last one I'm making? Earth sign brothers are very realistic. So these are things that people are supposed to master. But if you look in your chart, you could find out what you're really good at. And I looked at mine, and I found out that I was good at building shit from my inspiration. So if I was inspired by something, I could build something real from it if I, feel me, used earth energy and learned how to make it real. So it's like a lot of people don't know how to make shit real. You feel me? Where it's like build real structure, like get a real page and build it. Like that's where you gotta have people on your team that might have that energy if you don't have it. So I also build. I run people's chart to even get close to me. You can't get close to me without me running your chart and knowing what you have, so we can benefit each other.
I like that.
So we winding down, man. I was shutting up because I'm letting you was talking. It make me wanna. I've looked at my chart a little bit to like see who I'm compatible with. And I saw like I'm an Aquarius. I think it said I was like truly an Aquarius, like all around. But who knows? That was probably some bullshit shit on the internet. Who knows? I really haven't got deep into it. But that was deep. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a lot of girls in here. Yes, Lou, talk that. Whoever watch. But so my last question to you, bro, is when your time is up on this planet, and you go to the ancestral realm, you go to the spiritual realm, and there's some other kids that's around here, and they see that logo for 100 years to pass, what do you want your legacy to be? No, that was kind of deep for you.
Damn.
I often think about this a lot. So
I definitely been thinking about I don't like to say it, but I mean, I've been thinking about when I'm gone a little bit more.
I do too.
So when thinking about what I'm leaving behind.
Death is prevalent.
I can't really say right now because I haven't done enough. I don't feel like I've done enough. And to say what it's going to be, it's like, it'll just be me talking right now. So I don't necessarily want to say too much, but I definitely I know for a fact that I'm going to be able to influence a Trenton kid to somebody got to take this position. So somebody right now in middle school and high school, his friends is jumping into the streets, and he gonna have to be an advocate. So it's got to be another Trenton Talks. It's not gonna just start and end with me. So if I don't do anything, I'm gonna inspire one kid out there when his friends jump into the streets. And he see people starting businesses, and he has a platform, and his mindset is raising, he gonna decide to do what I'm doing, maybe even better. He gonna figure it out. And I was just told from a video I was listening to that, you feel me, your position should be given to others once you're done with it, and if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So at the time right now, I don't see nobody really, you feel me, that taking this position within the environment, but I want to mentor somebody, or eventually that's the one thing I could do. Like, this has to keep going. You feel me? Not just in Trenton, all over. I want somebody pick up a camera and speak positive about your friends and uplift the community and be tough with no weapon. Like, I can walk around your city with no weapon and challenge gang members to be positive.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's the goal right there, to inspire one kid to challenge his friends when they jump into the streets without no weapon.
Yeah. And I definitely commend you for what you like doing, you know,
Facts.
with the city. I think if I'm not mistaken, this like our first time like meeting. Like I know
Right.
you and
I
stuff
think
like
I met you with Quan once.
yeah,
or
that's my
twice.
little cousin, so I know you and Quan real
Word.
cool and stuff like that. So, you know, just being in your presence and just being a dope episode 25 or like hearing, you know, this literally like my first time being in your presence, and I genuinely appreciate the conversation. Like, and I kind of like see your vision, like I'm seeing things through your lens, and for you to open that door and that light is like wow. Now I kind of like I need to step my shit up a little bit, even though I feel like I'm doing well for myself and I'm way ahead of where I was last year. It's just like being around you and, you know, people like you is just like, we need that, and I need the city to feel how I feel right now. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to appreciate you for being like,
appreciate that,
you know,
bro.
being a representative of a city like this, because every inner city needs somebody like you. So
And I want to speak positive about your platform as well. And
Appreciate it.
I don't want you to think I was being Hollywood or anything. My
Oh,
platform,
no.
my platform was closed at the moment. So
I got you.
I'm
I
the type.
take social media breaks too.
Yeah,
I get it.
So
I get it.
I didn't want to do an episode without being able to post y'all episode as
Yeah.
well. So I wanted the timing to be
That's
right.
love.
Appreciate
But
that.
I think this is a beautiful platform. I think
Appreciate it, bro.
for real, some of these conversations, things y'all saying, people need to say them, man.
yeah,
You feel me? This guy right here, he not afraid to say what he feels. So I
Definitely
feel
not.
as if
very vocal.
the content gonna keep going. You feel me? Just keep doing what y'all doing. Keep networking as you are. You feel me? And great things gonna happen. I want to see you. I want to see y'all stick to it.
Yeah. And just
For
know
sure.
that the city believe in you, bro.
Facts.
Whether they say it
Sure.
or not, like,
We do for sure.
you know what I mean? We believe in you. So.
This was your episode to you know what I'm saying?
Get your shit
I
off.
put out a post and you responded to it, but I'm like you. I'm big on community. I'm big on, you know, I'm not gonna be my best self if I'm not in the community, if I'm not in the best community. I can't be the man in a terrible ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really big on uplifting everybody. The girls don't really get it. The dudes get it though. They be like, "You speaking some real shit, Rhea. I hear you. So
Right.
I'm on the same thing you on, but we gotta wrap this thing up, y'all. Episode 25. Welcome to the group chat. If you do not know this man to my left, he gave you a look. This is only an inkling of him. He's a real deep dude. He's a great dude. Like I said, we started off as basketball rivals. I used to whoop that ass in middle school, but this is my man. You know, Village used to whoop that ass. You already know that.
That was different. That wasn't you
Hey,
whooping my ass.
you got
That
me
was
now though.
y'all.
You definitely got me now. But you just want to give you your flowers, bro.
Nah, bro,
Love.
I've been featured a lot,
Always.
but this is the most love I ever got,
Yeah.
and it's like from
It's
black
well
men,
deserved.
black men saying props to another black man. It's sometimes hard for people to do that. So this is love, bro. And
Yeah,
for real,
and just so you
I
know,
treasure this.
you're not alone. We gonna hold it down too. So
Facts.
like we gonna represent the city like you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Most definitely.
Episode 25.
Get y'all
Like,
merch,
comment,
too.
subscribe.
Hold on. Hey, drop your shit too for your merch.
that.
We can get all your shit.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, drop your shit
You
real
know,
fast.
it's TrendTalks.com, at Trend Talks. If you want to follow my personal pages, at The Light of Lou. Subscribe to our YouTube as well on Trend Talks. Our content is going there.
That white one, mine.
And yeah, this is the merchandise we have available right now.
So.
We out. Welcome to the group chat.